podcast ever. People have missed me doing that.
That's enough.
Because I don't always do it. I'm Chris, and I've decided I could definitely play every position.
Hi, I'm Carla. Absolutely not.
Hello, I'm producer Pete, and today we're going to test the theory.
I'm going to dominate centre.
That's ridiculous. You'll need oxygen after about 3 minutes.
I think it actually might be 2. How's your week been then, the Gary?
Good, busy, hectic.
Are you going to say your usual netballed out?
I am getting netballed out, but it's been really fun. We had a really great netball tournament that Stunts Netball organised recently.
That?
So they organise, Stunts are a netball club, but they're pretty famous in mixed netball world in this country. And they attract quite good players, good team entries.
So you weren't playing then?
I was team managing.
Okay. Just clarifying.
I took our team of Ashby Netball Club mixed players.
Yeah.
Now, we're quite new to the mixed netball scene. And honestly, this netball tournament was like the who's who of mixed netball.
Was it?
There were some international players there, a couple of Super League players, some men's England mixed players.
Was Gary there?
Gary wasn't there.
Oh.
Lizzie Sawnby, our friend of the show, was.
Okay, love Lizzie.
She looks fantastic. It's really good. And I have to quote, I went over to have a chat with Lizzie and Robin, who are East Midlands netball umpiring leads. And they say, and I quote, "Your club is the talk of the tournament." How nice is that?
That's really nice, but for the right reasons.
Yeah, because we're the unknown, unheard of, and we came 6 out of 12. We got through to the cup, so the morning was pools, heats, tough games, bit of a mixed bag in the morning, and then you either go to the cup or the plate. The cup was brutal.
Yeah.
So literally, it's obviously top 6, bottom 6, and we did come 6 as in the bottom of the cup pool, but we had literally Super League players on court, and
There's only one way you can go now.
exactly. But I was really proud of them, and it was really great. We had a 15-year-old doing our first ever mixed game, which I love. We had a couple of players that we brought over from other clubs that are looking to join us, and obviously we're about to start the regional mixed league that started on Sunday. So it was a really great day, and a bit of a trek down to Peterborough. We loved it.
Thank you for filling us in.
How was your week?
Oh, you never actually asked me how
I'm
my
not really
week
that
was.
interested, but
I know.
Felt like there was an uncomfortable pause. I was just feeling it.
Awkward silence, as my son likes to say. Also had a good week. I'm not netballed out, but there's been a lot of netball. I'm just absolutely loving watching Super League right now. I'm playing myself in mixed, which I love in Derby. It's just a different level. It's so much fun. And yeah, doing lots of work for the podcast, which keeps us massively busy, doesn't it?
Yes.
Bex the boss is just, what's the word I'm looking for? Relentless?
She's brilliant. And obviously producer Pete's over there in the corner, keeping us in check.
We've had to watch him eating a cream scone this morning, and it's like nothing I've ever witnessed in my life.
It wasn't pretty.
Honestly, that was a beautiful cream scone. It was a fruit cream scone with jam.
That's the only kind though, right? There's no other option.
Yeah. You don't mess about. Some people don't do dried fruit, and I like my wife. I don't get it.
It's weird.
I don't get it. Yeah, it's weird. It's crazy, isn't it?
But the bakery that is known as Birds, other bakeries are available. They are pretty sensational scones from there, aren't they?
Oh, yeah. Unbelievable.
But for me, the highlight was when he was getting it all in his beard and going, mmm. I didn't know where to look.
It's still in the beard, to be fair, and I've only got about 2 hours before it starts to go a bit sour smelling. And I'll know about it first because my beard's next to my nose. And it becomes unsightly, so I will wash before that happens.
Do you know, for the listeners that find Pete really attractive, you should have seen what we saw this morning.
What did you see? It was just a middle-aged man eating a scone. I don't know what. I worry about you.
Oh, God.
How was your week, Pete?
Yeah, it was all right, thank you. Yeah, I mean, we're only on, where are we, Tuesday? So it's been all right. I've actually, the weather's been quite nice. And what I did is yesterday I woke up and I went, oh, the weather looks nice. I'll take advantage of that. I'll go into the garden. So what I did is I aerated the lawn,
Nice.
I know. Look it up, honestly. It's crazy. It's a whole new level. 6 months ago, I didn't know what this was.
Is that where you prick holes in it?
Yes, you prick holes in it, yeah. And then I scattered some seeds, and then I like top dressed it. And then after that, I sat there and I went, I've become a really old fart. What's happened to my life?
Carla has no clue what you're talking about because she has a gardener.
Well,
Is that what you call him?
Groundsman.
Groundsman, sorry. Groundsman.
Well, we all need a groundsman, don't we? We all
Can I
do.
just say, though, Pete, we've probably just lost half our listeners who
Do you
were bored
reckon?
during that story.
But, however, the green-fingered people among the world are now, like, tuning in
They're all
eagerly.
Googling what aerating the lawn means.
I don't even know this stuff. I'm just like, where has normal Pete gone? Where has that cool young guy gone? Because I've become an old fart.
Have you done any netball this week?
Funnily enough, not, no.
Oh, that's a shame.
I've listened to netball podcasts, obviously. Only yours.
There
just
is no others, right?
So we're clear. No
The others
others.
are dead to us.
Let's talk about where we were on Friday, Krystine, because that was fun.
Friday was awesome. We went all the way to Worcester. Neither of us knew where Worcester was.
We've never been before. It's actually quite far on a Friday afternoon, though, in traffic.
Very far. I mean,
Good few
I even
hours.
used the toll road, which I just never do. What a great night we had. We were just so looked after, weren't we? So thank you again to Birmingham Panthers. Just awesome. The fans, the actual arena we loved. The match was brilliant. It was just great.
So this was ticking off one of our venues on the Akuma Arena tour.
Yes.
And yeah, they're really hospitable, weren't they? It felt really nice to be there. And I was super impressed with the amount of people that came up to us for selfies. I thought I was a player at one point.
I mean, my sister came with us to help, didn't she? She's looking at us as if to say, what is going on? I can't believe you've got not only adults coming up to us, we've got young girls. There was men there. They knew who we were and wanted selfies.
I signed 2 autographs.
Did you really?
Yeah.
No, you didn't. You liar. You did not.
Oh, I did for myself. Just
Okay.
kept them. It was a check.
And we saw the lovely Sonia McCloma, who is the head coach at Birmingham Panthers. Went up to say hello to her, and she's just so lovely. I mean, I know you find her quite scary.
I do.
But she's great.
I could hear her bellowing kind of to her team across the court. I love that.
I mean, she's loud, isn't she?
She doesn't need a microphone.
She stands up, and you almost feel sorry for the players she's shouting at.
Yeah, the players were good. I think it was tough.
They started off really, really strong.
Yeah, it was a really strong performance from Forest. It was always going to be difficult to get through
Yeah.
that defence. I absolutely love their defence. I think they're finding their form. I think having that tight game against Lightning's put them back on track. But I love that match.
It was brill night. So
Anyone who isn't going to live arena games, they're missing out.
they really are.
Get your tickets.
I can't believe we are doing an Akuma Arena tour. It is so much fun.
Absolutely.
One of the highlights of my year so far. It's been great.
At the end of the tour, we will be rating who was the best, who gave us the best seats, who gave us the best access, which arenas were the best. So yeah, wait for that one.
Best face painting.
Where are we going to this week on our arena tour?
So on Friday, we're going all the way to Sheffield.
Oh, that's not as far.
It's not as far.
You made that sound like we were going a long way.
Well, I was trying to be dramatic.
Pause for dramatic effect again.
Have we got any dramatic effects, Pete, that we can add in?
Yeah, we can do. There you go, look.
Perfect. I think we're going to have a little bit of dinner, aren't we, before the match? Your choice is Bella, is it?
Bella Italia, I was picking. You sent me a nice list, actually. There was quite a few I would have gone for.
Bexa Boss wanted Wagamamas.
Yeah, it's not for me.
It's too posh for you, isn't
I'm
it?
not a fan.
You're more just a burger and chips kind of gal.
I would have said Miller and Carter. That would always be my first choice, but I don't feel like it's the kind of vibe where you're sitting down having a fancy steak.
Anyway, that's really not interesting. People don't care where we're going to eat. It's not like we're going to have loads of fans turning up, is it?
Well, you say that. We did have fans turn up to us at Hickory's this week.
Well, there was 2. It was 2 fans. So
One stopped me in the toilet. That was cool. Although she did think we were from the other podcast.
Was she knocking on the door? So, yeah, we're really looking forward to Friday's game. It's going to be another exciting one. Listeners' messages. So this is from Philip. We've not had permission to read this out, so I'm not actually going to use his surname, just in case. He's put, I nearly came to say hello to you when I dropped my daughter off at Worcester Arena for the match last night. I adore your podcast and think you two are great. My wife noticed you were in Hickories. We live near Worcester. She was there with school, though, so she thought she better not disturb you.
Other restaurants are also available.
How lovely.
That's really lovely.
Yeah. Thanks, Phil.
Thank you.
That's brilliant as well. Plus, Phil and his wife like you, so when you have to go back to Worcester, you can stay there, can't you?
We could stay there. We could meet them for dinner.
Exactly, yeah.
He knows where Hickories is
Exactly.
and the arena.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Yeah, Hickories is on Phil, as is the bed for the night. Brilliant.
Thanks, Phil.
I mean, I don't know if we want to be promoting that we're going to be sharing a bed with Phil.
No, spare room. God.
It's just not that kind of podcast. Agony!
Aunt.
We had loads again this week to our Agony Aunt section, which really genuinely surprises me that anyone would be interested in your advice. But, I mean, we'll take one. So the question is, I'm always stuck on the bench, even though I feel like I'm improving. How do I approach my coach?
This is a tough one. And I think there'll be a lot of other people that will sympathise and understand exactly what you're going through.
We've all been there.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to know, when you say you're always stuck on the bench, is that for a whole game? Is that for just when you're starting? I mean, how much time are you spending on that bench? Because if you're not getting any gameplay, I think there needs to be some questions asked, because that would be quite odd.
Well, I don't want to be the tough love one over here. But I also kind of think it's asking yourself those questions. Are you in the right team? Is it the right level? Are you...
Well, she doesn't say what level, because if it's regional, it's different to your standard Division 2 league, isn't it?
Yeah, and obviously you can't just kind of go to your coach and say, why are you not playing me? I want to be on court. Because, well, I mean, you can and get that clarity, but I just think there'll be a reason.
Yeah, but she needs to know what the reason is. She needs that feedback. So if the coach hasn't already spoken to her, I'd find that quite odd.
Yeah.
If you're in a team but you're not being played at all, I think that somebody needs to be clarifying
disparity.
why. Yeah, but it could just be she means the first quarter that she's not starting 7.
Which is impact player, totally needed.
Yeah.
Different level of play, different style of play.
That's what you always say to me, isn't it, when you don't start me? You're my impact player, but then you never need an impact.
I saved that impact for other parts of my life, not netball.
Keeping you awake while you're driving and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
And the other thing, you know, when you're approaching a coach, obviously, a fruit, jam and cream scone would go down
along.
absolutely
Bribery.
brilliantly. Bit of
Yeah,
bribery,
it's a
bit of
great plan.
bribery, because,
That's
you know,
where she's going wrong.
coaches love snacks, right?
Everyone loves snacks.
Everybody loves snacks.
Let's summarise for our listener.
Yeah.
She needs feedback.
I think that's the first and foremost, most important thing.
Big girl pants on. Ask the
Open
question.
lines of communication. Ask the question if the coach obviously isn't telling you what the issue is, but don't do it in front of everybody. Have a private word.
Yeah.
Don't demand that you should be on court, but just ask, what can I do to be in the starting 7 or have more game time?
Chris, that was good.
Oh,
Let's do a
gee,
little high five.
thanks.
Can you hear that? Hang on.
Oh my God, she can't even get the timing of that right, people.
Can't even reach you.
God almighty, that took 3 attempts.
No one could see that.
What is my life? Pete, help me out here. You just actually had to witness that.
I can't help you out. We had a 5-minute pre-show meeting about how to say the name of the podcast.
We do. We literally do.
Honestly, I can't help you out. You're on your own.
Let's move on to our interview because this is going to be a great conversation.
We have got a lot of respect for this young lady. She is the talk of Instagram at times, isn't she? She's amazing.
I still can't get over some of those early games this season where she stood out by a mile.
Let's welcome to the podcast, Jacqui Newton. Today, we are joined by a true defensive powerhouse, someone who has made shooters' lives an absolute nightmare for years.
And when we say nightmare, full on, why is she always there?
She's dominated in the Netball Super League, played in the Australian Netball Championships, and basically turned intercepts into an art form.
It's the one and only Jacqui Newton.
Welcome to our podcast.
Hi guys, thank you so much for having me.
So Jacqui, how did your netball journey begin? Was it a love from the start or have you grown into the game?
I'm from Victoria in Australia and there's a very big netball culture there, especially like footy netball, like AFL rules, footy and netball to play like on the weekends or play in school teams and stuff. So it was always really, really big where I was from. So I just started playing when I was young. And then I think because I was from a country town, I didn't really think it would go anywhere. It was just more a social thing. And then just got my opportunity one day going into Melbourne and I got invited to go to a Melbourne Vixens training and they took a liking to me and asked me to be a training partner. And that's kind of where it all started.
What's it been like playing for the Welsh LexisNexis Dragons?
I've really loved my time at LexisNexis Dragons. I think getting my call up, this is my third year now, which is crazy. Getting that call from my manager nearly 3 years ago, I think it was like, I'll head there for 6 months and see how I go. And then just loved it. And I love the people. I love getting to play. The league obviously is just building in leaps and bounds since I got here. So that's been a really cool development to see. Yeah, here I am back for a 3.0.
So obviously you were captain, weren't you, last season? How did you find that?
Yeah, it was a pretty challenging year. I think the girls were great. I felt really confident in that role. Obviously, we had a lot of ups and downs, losing Leah early and a few other bits and bobs. So every week had its challenges and it was just something that I kind of had to take in my stride. But yeah, I love the extra responsibility and I like organising things and kind of maintaining that kind of area of life. So yeah, it was really cool.
That you got that call 3 years ago to come and play over here. How did that all work? I mean, did you know the club already? Did you have any sort of information as to what it's going to be like? What happens? Were you just walking down the street and the phone rings? Talk us through it.
So I was playing with Collingwood Magpies at the time and there'd been whispers that they were doing a review and maybe the team would not be continuing their contract to have a netball team. So I had a manager at the time, so he'd already put the feelers out just to see what opportunities were out there. And he messaged me at one point and said, I've got you a couple interviews. One was with this team called the time Cardiff Dragons, which I had heard of because one of my best mates, Gabby Sinclair, had played with them the year before. So I'd already known about Dragons. And at that point, she had re-signed. So we thought that we would be coming here to play together, which would have been really cool. She obviously then got her call out with the Melbourne Mavericks. But yeah, so I had heard of Dragons. I didn't know a heap about it. I kind of only knew what Gabby had told me, but I sat down and had an interview with the GM and yeah, thought, why not? We'll give it a crack. We'll move to Wales. And yeah, here we are.
It's just a massive change, isn't it?
Yeah, it was wild.
What do you most
crazy.
miss about being in Australia?
Oh, there are heaps of, obviously, my family. I think not even missing them. Like, obviously, I'd moved to Melbourne. So I'm from a small country town in Victoria where I'd lived with my parents and family, but I'd moved to Melbourne, which is the nearest city. It's probably about a 3.5, 4 hour drive from there where I'd lived to like study and play netball and all that jazz for 7 or so years before that. So it's not even like I lived at home with my parents or family or lived very close, but I think it's more the time difference as well. Like you finish a difficult training session, all I want to do is get in the car and call my mum, talk to her about it, but like she's asleep, like stuff like that. Like we do FaceTime a bit, but yeah, it's definitely hard with the time difference and just having like someone accessible. Like if I'm cooking dinner and I want to ask a question about anything, like I don't know, I think I took that for granted, how you can just like call your parents or call your friends or call my sister. I'm really close with my older sister. So I do miss her a fair bit as well. But that being said, I think that just makes you kind of value the relationships that you make here because you know that you've got to find other avenues to get you through and not isolate yourself too much. I'm a pretty social person. So I think I found a really close-knit group of people that I not only trust but can turn to in those moments now. So yeah, it makes it a lot easier.
Have you always played in defence or did you sort of have a phrase where you wanted to be shooter or centre?
When I was 8 years old, I'll go into my first game. I was 8 years old. My sister and my mum both played centre and I walked in and said, I'm going to be a centre. And they took one look at me and said, you're tall, go into keeper. And here we are. I think I'd like to have a dabble at a shoot, but yeah, I think that's eluded me now. So I'd either be a terrible shooter, the world's tallest centre, or just stick with defence. I think I'm going to stick with defence.
So there's been a lot of comparison between the SSN and the Super League. People often talk about there being a big gap between the two. From your perspective, what have you found are the biggest differences and what do you think needs to happen in the Super League to try and close that gap?
I think the difference between my first year here and now is when I first came, it was 10 teams of 12. There was a big pool of players, and I think the discrepancy between the top team, who at the time I believe was Lightning, and the bottom teams was massive. Like the gap was huge. So going into NSL 2.0, where it's now 8 teams of 10, has kind of condensed that gap a bit, I guess. So I think the NSL at the minute is really quite competitive. I think a really obvious difference is the import rule. I think my last year with Pies, there was 80 people in the league, and I think 33 of them might have been imports. So there was only 50 Australians in the league, if that. I think that was a bit less. So yeah, getting a lot of international players coming in, and I think that's maybe even more now with all the Kiwis going to this. Now they're allowed to play in the Suncorp League as well. So obviously in the Super League, it's capped at 2 per team. So it is majority English players, which I understand that England Netball would want to maintain that pathway for them. But yeah, that's a big difference coming here. It's really competitive to get that import spot, I've noticed, as an import myself.
What has been your proudest moment to date while you've obviously been in the UK?
This featured on my Instagram too, and the picture's sitting on my mantle right there. But it was my first year playing at home Utilita Arena against Leeds Rhinos. My parents had come over to watch me play.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and their drip. And I think that just was so important for me because my mum especially followed me around Australia, coming to watch every single game with Pies, Vixens, whoever, knowing that I might not get on the court. Like I didn't play a heap, and she would still come to every game and she would always watch and support. And that was the first 60-minute match that they'd seen me play in years. Like I didn't really play that much, and since coming to Dragons, I haven't left the court yet.
Do they watch your games on TV?
Oh, they wake up every week and watch. They'll message me at 4 a.m. and tell me about the game. Yeah, they wake up and watch like they're my biggest supporters. I'm so lucky. So yeah, they watch everything. When I was in Oz, Mum would fly around all the country, come to all my games and all that jazz. And they've come over twice. They came over my first year and my second year.
I love that.
To come see me in Cardiff. Yeah. Oh, they're the best. I just love them so much. I'm so lucky. So not sure they'll make a return this year. I think 3 years in a row. Quite a lot to go from Oz to UK. It's a bit of a trek for them. But yeah, I know that I'll always have their support. So I think them watching that game, they were sitting front row seats at Utilita Arena to watch that game. And yeah, a photographer there caught a really cool picture of me with the ball and them sitting watching me. And it just was really nice.
That's so special.
What's been your standout game this season? Obviously, we're halfway through. From our side, it's hard to look past the matches against both Pulse and Panthers, even though the results didn't quite go your way, but the performances that you had were unbelievable. It's made a real statement to the league. But what's been the standout game for you so far?
It sucks because I'd love to agree with you, but I can't cope that we lost both those goals, both those games by 1 goal. It haunts me, especially that Pulse game. I was happy with that individual performance, and obviously hearing that from people is very sweet, but I have to just sometimes take it with a pinch of salt because I'm so upset that we lost. So
what was said in the changing room after?
I think it was definitely a catch-22 because like they were the reigning premiers, we were the wooden spooners. Like being able to come out at home against them and put out that performance was awesome. Like I can't fault that. Could you imagine if we'd won? Like it would have been crazy. So I think we were kind of like, what if?
So close.
We wanted to take that performance and be like, well done, guys, that was good. But then also in the same breath, damn, that sucks. That's a hard.
Literally just needed
loss.
1 2-pointer.
Oh, your defensive partnership with Leah Middleton has been absolutely brilliant again this season. I'm assuming it's great to have her back, but how important is that connection between you on court and off court, and how do you build that?
That's something that has been brewing for a little while, but we always laugh too because we forgot that we kind of had a year off. Like we only played 2 games together last season, especially when we would talk about stuff like the 2-point time. And I'd be like, yeah, but in the 2-point time, and they would be like, I only got to play the 2 games with the 2-point time. And then I got into like, I haven't actually done it that much. Oh yeah, that's right. You went, yeah. So we have had to build that, but in the same breath, it's almost like we never left. Like it's just like that natural. And I know people like to ask if it's because we've got that Australian outlook, blah, 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 but we never had any crossover in Australia. Like she was from Queensland, I was Victoria. She was the year age ahead of me because she's older than me. So we didn't even cross over at nationals or anything like that. Like we really didn't have anything to do with each other. So yeah, we've just come here and really clicked. And yeah, not only on court, like you said, but off court.
Is she your netball bestie?
She's my bestie boo, yeah.
Oh,
I call her my
bestie
Pookie.
boo.
She's my Pookie.
She's my Pookie.
She is my Pookie. I love her so much. And she gets it too. Like we've talked about this before. I think it's good too because she gets it. Like living away from home, missing family, needing someone there like to talk to. Yeah, so I think it's just been nice. Like we confide in each other, and it's so funny too because we're definitely a yin and yang situation. Like we're not similar at all, but I think that's why we work.
Same
So,
as
yeah,
me
it's
and
good.
Carla. She's yang, I'm ying.
I don't even know who's who. I just know that we're not the same.
So, Jacqui, we've got to talk about your coach, Renga Blockham. Her energy on the sideline is incredible. What is she like to work with? And does she bring that distinctive New Zealand style into the game for you guys?
So we call her Curly, nickname basis.
Curly, love
her
that.
and
I'm going
I
to put
can
that
say
in my
that.
notes.
Curly, sorry, it's just if I refer to her as Curly, I'm talking about my coach. Her and her iPad on the bench, it's just them against the world sometimes. It's so funny when she's just stood there yelling at us. And yeah, I really like the energy she brings on a game day. She's really passionate, she cares, and I think she wants us to be successful. So yeah, it's been really good.
Obviously, you are known for your amazing defensive skills. I want to know what's going on in your head when you're up against one of the top shooters.
Sometimes it's just like see ball, get ball, see ball, get ball. Or I do think to myself a lot, feet. Like it's just rattling through my head like feet, run, feet. Because I think sometimes when I switch off mentally is when sometimes I can be a bit complacent. Like it's always next thing. Or you'll have a crack for something and you don't get it. And it's like, right, hands up, like next thing. And then even they have the shot rebound, next thing. So it does whir sometimes, but that's then when it's good to have teammates around me who are like, settle, or you hear a voice or someone to tune into or someone on the bench that you can just like tune into so you don't start to absolutely run rampant with what you're thinking about. But yeah, it's a lot of feet, a lot of arms, a lot of run.
Is there a shooter that makes
Run
you
around.
really nervous or not?
I wouldn't say really nervous. I think you can't really take any shooter for granted in the competition as it stands at the minute because the standard is quite
It's
good.
amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. So I definitely don't want to sell anyone short, but I think for me personally, it's more about like which games are going to be a grind, like which players are really, I think I base more difficult players on their possession of the ball. Like, will they throw it away? Will they miss? Are they known to spray a couple, or players that you know they're not going to miss, they're not going to throw it away, and they're really, really disciplined with the ball. And that's when you know that you're going to have to grind to try and get those gains. So yeah, it just depends.
So looking ahead, what are the goals for the rest of the season? I mean, we genuinely think the squad's got top 4 potential. How do you feel?
Oh, we definitely think that. I think that's why this loss on the weekend did hit us quite hard because we could have been sitting in that space a bit more easily. I think we've made life a bit hard for ourselves now, but still very doable. Yeah, I've still got the goal very much alive in my head. I know the team does. I know Curly does. Even if that's now a slightly more difficult goal, anything's achievable at this point. So yeah, I think it's a never say die.
What is your go-to pre-match routine or superstition? I always ask this question because I like to know if players go for a nervous poo like I do.
I'm not really a superstitious person, to be honest. I think a lot of the girls on my team are quite superstitious. I wouldn't say I am. I think I go into a game confident if I know that I've eaten enough and that I've fueled enough. I think I would only go into a game a bit nervous if I think, maybe I haven't eaten properly today, but that's something I'm really diligent with on a game day, so it doesn't really happen. As long as my hair's tight enough and not going to fall out, I feel like maybe that's my only thing. Like my hair has to be slicked down, not going anywhere, like no movement at all. And then, yeah, I'm not really superstitious at all, to be honest.
What do you
Sorry
think
be
to the
boring.
food here compared to Australia?
I don't want to talk it down because
Okay.
it's my reality. However,
But
little things I've noticed, little things that I've just noticed, like you're not really a muesli bars people. Whereas back home, there's this brand called Carmen's, and I would love a Carmen's muesli bar or like a Chobani yogurt pouch or like little things like that. Or sushi, we're like a sushi roll people. There's just a few little bits and bobs that I think, that would be quite
do you
nice
miss
right about now.
shrimp on the barbie?
See, I would call them prawns. I don't even call them shrimp on the barbie, but yes, I do. I miss barbecue weather. Does that count?
Yeah.
I hear it from mum and dad all the time. Like, what you have for dinner? He's like, chops on the barbie. I'm like, Dad, I hate
nice.
you.
yeah,
Yeah, so jealous. Steak on the barbie. I'm like, me and my little frying pan out in the kitchen, just fighting for our lives. So yeah.
Are you going to go back at any point soon to visit family or planning a trip?
I would hope so. I have gone back to see them the past 2 Christmases. I've spent Christmas back home. So yeah, very lucky. And we'll see how the rest of the year pans out.
What advice would you give to young players trying to follow a similar path to yours?
Similar path to mine is a bit of a difficult one because I know that I had a very structured pathway that kind of step by step, but obviously there's always going to be setbacks. So it's just, what do you do next? Not let it get you down. And same thing, like you never know where your opportunity may lie. I think that's an important one for me, that I had followed this pathway with a few setbacks and then got to the point where I'd kind of had a few ankle injuries and fallen off the wagon a little bit. And it just so happened that a couple of teams needed a fill-in replacement player back in Melbourne when I was maybe 19, 20. And I just caught the eye of a few different people and then, got asked to this Vixens training. They asked me to be a training partner and was with them then for the next 3 years. So I think you never know. And I had plans that day. They messaged me and said, hey, do you want to come to a Vixens training? And I had plans and I cancelled them. I was like, obviously, yes, I want to go. And then here we are. So I just think if I didn't cancel those plans and I said, no, I'm busy, then probably wouldn't be where I am today. So you never really know. Just keep trying, keep having a crack at it because you never know where opportunities are going to come.
If you could tell your younger self one thing, what would it be?
Have fun and enjoy yourself. I think I'm really lucky in the position that I'm in now. I still love playing netball. I love running around. I love fitness. I'll say it. And all my team know this about me. I love doing fitness. I love running around. I love training. I love game plans. I love analysis. I love all of it. I'm just still really in love with it. So I think if I wasn't having fun and I wasn't enjoying myself, it would probably be a different story. But just have fun.
Do you know what? I'm still telling my older self to have fun. So
100%. That's what I'm telling myself right now. I'm like, I think because at the end of the day, like I'm living across the world from my friends and my family who I obviously miss. If I wasn't really enjoying myself, I don't think it would be worth it. But it is. I love to play. I love the people here. I do like it.
That is the most important.
Let's move on to your game. Brace yourself, Jacqui.
So I have named this Defender Confessions. So all you really have to do is say to me, confess, yes, I do, or deny, absolutely not. I'm going to read you a statement. So you tell me whether you confess to doing this or deny it. You celebrate an intercept like you planned it, even when it was pure luck.
Deny. I don't do that.
You've lost
Not all the time.
You've lost your player and pretended it was somebody else's fault.
No, deny.
You've purposely stood just a bit too close to annoy your shooter. Too long a pause there, Jacqui.
Deny. Not to annoy them, because I'll just get pulled for obstruction. So who's the real loser? Me.
You've counted the shooter's steps out loud just to put them off.
I've definitely done that.
Deny.
You've done a massive scream or celebration just to get into their head.
I've done a scream celebration, but it wouldn't be to get in their head. It would be because I'm like pumped and be like, woo. So maybe.
You've made eye contact after a turnover like, yeah, that was me.
Deny.
You've absolutely blagged a tip and claimed it confidently.
Deny.
You've forgotten the game plan, but just gone full chaos mode.
Yeah. I've done that.
You've judged a shooter's warm-up and thought, I've got this today.
Ooh. Confess.
You've been beaten once and taken it personally for the rest of the game.
Deny. I'd like to think I'd get over it.
You've given your teammate a look like, where were you? I do that all the time.
Never. Confess. I've done that before. I don't make a habit of doing that, but I have done that before. Confess.
You've celebrated so hard you forgot to get back into position.
I definitely do that.
Oh, deny. No.
And that's the end of Defender Confessions.
Oh, goodness me.
You're very well behaved,
They were
Jacqui.
tricky.
I know.
I know. I'm thinking, like, have I done that ever? Like, okay, maybe I've done it once in my life.
I'm going to ask Gary Burgess. He'll tell us the truth.
Way. I'm an angel.
I bet there's some defenders that would have to answer confess to every single one of them.
Yeah,
so.
100%.
That's so funny. I'm trying to think. I'll have a little think, but I'm an angel.
It's been such a pleasure to talk to you. We are massive fans. How lovely is Jacqui?
I'm a little bit in love with her. And I am such
You say that about every player we interview.
I'm such a Dragons fan. Honestly, I feel like that's going to be my lasting memory of this season, that Dragons are just like one of the most epic teams I think ever.
I think they really do need to be top four. At the moment, they're number 6 on. I think we're all willing them to be top 4 because...
Is everyone behind them? That's my question.
I think so.
They're representing Wales, but it's a smaller country, isn't it? I'd be really interested to know the demographic of their fans.
They're doing so well. And how many points behind Mavericks are they?
Just 1 point behind.
So close.
Both Mavericks and Dragons have really tough matches this weekend come in. Dragons are about to play Loughborough Lightning. It's going to be tough.
Yeah.
And Mavericks are about to play Thunder. I could see them both struggling with those games.
Well, this episode comes out on Monday and the games would have happened by then.
Yes.
So it'll be interesting to see exactly what the scores were and whether they managed to stay within 5 goals.
Yeah, get those bonus points, which
Yeah.
are really going to count for that fourth position that they're all
Exactly.
fighting for. It was nice talking to Dragons generally, though, wasn't it? Because we've got our Welsh episode coming up, which I'm looking
We
forward to
sure
recording.
have. Yes.
Welsh episode and then a Scottish episode. Obviously, we know that Jacqui isn't Welsh, but she's playing in the Welsh team.
We didn't ask her if she could speak Welsh. I could have done my Welsh accent.
How would she
couldn't
be
I?
able to speak Welsh? She's Australian.
Well, but she's there, isn't she?
You don't
So
just-
she might pick up the lingo.
I don't even know if they speak much Welsh anymore.
Well, we need to know.
We'll ask that on our Welsh episode.
When are we having our Polish special episode?
There isn't enough demand for that, unfortunately, with only one listener from Poland.
But are you sure there's still only one? It might have doubled by this week.
You know, I check it daily. One last thing to discuss before we wrap up.
Oh,
for
I
another
know what
week.
you're going to say. I'm not on board with this conversation.
It's time to
No.
discuss fantasy netball. So everyone knows about fantasy netball. We decided to create a little internal team to do our own mini challenge. And that is made up of both podcast hosts, myself and Chris, our friend of the show, Lauren Nichols, Ben Claydon, England men's player, James Bateman, my brother, who is England hockey coach from a previous hockey versus netball show.
Yeah.
And then Team Juniors representing all the youth out there. It's not been going great for you, has it?
No, I think there's been some administration errors.
You think?
Well, there's something not quite right.
I'm not sure you've grasped the concept, though, because it's very statistical, isn't it? It's based on numbers and you kind of have to learn the system. I'm
Yeah.
not sure you did that. It's like when you pick the Grand National horse and you pick it because you like their hat. Like, it's not going to work.
That's not normally how I pick my Grand
How do
National
you then?
horse. Well, I normally go for food I like to eat or something. Is that not what you do? Well, so if there's a Grand National horse called...
Pizza.
Yeah, that's what I'll pick.
Is there?
Well, I don't know, but I'm just using that as an example. If I like the sound of it, or if it's something I like...
Again, not a good strategy. And it's not working for you in fantasy netball world. But what is working is, so Lauren and James have a history together. They're really, really close friends. Both
Yeah.
worked together for years. Lauren, as you probably would expect, was leading the show. And James took over it. And the banter in that team chat has been hilarious.
Well, I wouldn't know. I've exited the group.
Because of a bit of bullying going on.
A lot of bullying.
Even from the Team Juniors who are 14.
Yep.
Did they make you
I
cry?
feel violated.
Are we going to see any progress? Have you got did the transfer window
I don't
help?
know. I've changed 3 players. I don't know. It might be too late for me now. I'm like 1,000 points behind Lauren.
You did do well after the change, though, didn't you? Because I think
it
you
went
doubled
up
your score.
Went up a little bit, yeah.
You were in the 1,000s and you're now in the 2. The leader's in the 4, but
I'll know better for next year.
yeah, it's all learning.
I just needed a practice run.
How is everyone else doing? Who's entered our league? Come and send us some messages. Tell us if you're doing well. Catch us on socials. Keep us updated.
So time for us to say goodbye. But before we do, we have to, as always, say thank you to our amazing sponsors, Akuma Sports.
Akuma Sports create high-quality custom teamwear for clubs, schools and organisations. So if your team is looking for professional netball kits, training gear or off-court apparel,
Don't forget their inclusive kit, because that is awesome.
then make sure you check them out at akumasports.com.
Or akumasports.com.
They won't thank you for creating them their own jingle.
Pete, can you jazz that up a bit?
No, I can't. I want nothing to do with it.
As always, like, follow and share our content, please, 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 to help us keep creating.
All the info from today's show is in our magic show notes.
And as always, you can contact us via Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or email us to the best netball podcast ever
At gmail.com.
Thanks for listening.
Have a good week.
Goodbye.